Now, I've had so many DMs telling me to bring back this series. Should have washed out this cup before I used it. And by popular demand, today I'm bringing back the series where I talk to you about my investment game. If you would like to see the series continue, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me just make it clear, crystal clear, that in this video I am not offering advice purely for documentational purposes only. I am not qualified, don't listen to me. My investments may make me lose all of my money. I'm not liable. Right now, I would love to give stocks and shares and investing so much more of my time, but because I'm studying for my final ever Economics and Finance exams at the University of York, my time has been spent revising. So today I really just wanted to update you on what my portfolio is saying, the kind of direction I've taken into investing over the period, because I have been very active. I know you guys have a lot to say about investing, so get in the comments, leave me some advice. If you want to see my portfolio and how my previous portfolio before coronavirus was going, go check out the other videos. But today I'm going to be talking about mainly transactions I've made from the middle of February up until now. Now, you know what? Everybody tries to mug me off about this. Previously, I bought EasyJet at £8. They went up to 15. Coronavirus came and they sank. They were sinking. But luckily, to everyone who wants to mug me off about it, I sold them at £12. I got a 33% return on them. The first transaction I made during the coronavirus period was selling EasyJet. But there's a bit more to that story that you'll find out if you keep watching. So, no, you just keep watching, okay? To be honest, I had a feeling EasyJet was going to collapse. I didn't know how far. I don't know why I didn't short them. I just sold my holdings. And then I pretty much watched the market collapse down and down. I mean, and I didn't really make any moves until there was a tiny bit more certainty. So after the market bottomed out is when I decided to start, all right, I feel confident enough to start investing. Now, a question as well I always get asked is, who's my broker? And I was saying, normally I use Halifax. They charge £10 to buy, £10 to sell. However, now I mainly use Trading 212 because they don't take any commission for buying and selling. And the reason why this was so useful in a period like coronavirus is because the way to reduce risk is to diversify your portfolio. So my aim and my strategy heavily relied on portfolio diversification. And that basically means if you're gonna go into the cruise ship industry, you don't buy one cruise line, you buy like 5 different cruise lines, or in essence, it means you just buy loads of different companies from different sectors, etc. So Trading 212, where they take no commission, basically allowed me to diversify my portfolio while still having the potential to make a return. Because if I was to spend 1k, if I invested in 10 different shares, £100 of capital went into each share, that's 10 transactions to buy and 10 transactions when I sell, that's 20 transactions. If I was using Halifax, I would have to spend £200 to buy and sell these shares. Whereas Trading 212, I don't have to pay anything. So when you're a student and you're looking to invest, Trading 212, where they take no commission, it's a no-brainer. Seriously, it's quite interesting this. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but they have this deal on where if you sign up using someone else's link, you get a free share, and the person whose link it is gets a free share. So if you're looking to sign up, you know the risks, you've done your research, you're above 18, then if you use my link to sign up, we both get a free share worth up to £100. So yeah, you get something, I get something. It's like the Uber code back in the day. So yeah, that's a promotion they're running recently. I'm not sure when it's going to end. It's a win-win for both of us. So bearing that in mind, my strategy was heavily reliant on diversification this time. And I'm not really going to talk about profit or loss in this video because tomorrow I could wake up and I could be losing massive amount of money. But today I might be up a fair bit because the market is just, it's horrendous. Yeah, your mood just goes from, nice to, I'm just depressed. Before we jump into my portfolio as well, I just want to say that I kind of personally feel that investing over this period is less dependent on company fundamentals and it's kind of more based on the coronavirus outlook. Whether if you're very optimistic, you might start investing. If you're pessimistic, you're like, hell no, stay away from investing. Largely looking at companies' previous P ratios and revenue and stuff like that is kind of not irrelevant, but not as useful as it should be because nobody knows what the consumer's reaction is going to be coming out of coronavirus. When I was investing, I was under the outlook that coronavirus data was maybe a bit amplified. I had an optimistic approach about vaccines, drugs to treating it, and in general. And I also kind of take a view that there's going to be lots of pent-up demand coming out of the virus. That's my opinion, okay? Now, out of my investing budget, the most I have put in is into the cruise line sector. Okay, let me explain why, yeah?
Now, I have shares in Royal Caribbean and Carnival. Cruise ship stocks like Royal Caribbean and Carnival were amongst the worst hit due to the COVID-19 pandemic. They fell around 4 to 5 times of their pre-coronavirus value. The reason why I entered into these industries, heavily risky industries, is because I believe that cruise ships will survive, and I believe that consumer demand won't fall by 4 times the initial pre-coronavirus value like the share price did. I also believe that cruise ships are a bit more easier to regulate in terms of spreading the virus against air travel, because let's say you do a test, apparently they're developing a 10-minute test. If they can do that, you could have a 10-minute test before you enter the cruise ship, make sure everyone's clear. They could then have their 3 weeks away on the cruise ship, coronavirus free. Now, one of my friends, James, works on a cruise ship. Shout out my boy James. He was the one that got me looking into this. He works on the cruise ships. He said demand is increasing, loads of new ships and orders. I mean, without this virus, cruise ships were very successful.
The second biggest sector I went into is airlines. Oh, I know. Warren Buffett just sold all of his airlines. It's not looking good. However, let me explain the logic behind me re-entering airlines. Now, obviously last time I made 33% on my EasyJet transactions, and basically right now I've entered EasyJet in again. The idea behind entering EasyJet is that my EasyJet average is $5.99, they're currently $5. I'm a believer. Some of you are saying they're going to go bankrupt. Why did you do this? Well, either way, if they go down crashing, I've got a stop loss on to sell them for £3.50. And then if they sell at £3.50, all of them, overall taking into account this transaction and last time's transaction, I make 50 quid. So it's a win-win, I believe. I got in too early. I just did. I got in too early.
The other sector I entered in is airlines. Oh boy. Okay, so with airlines, right, I think my decision to enter EasyJet and a bit of IAG I also have, but mainly EasyJet, was heavily influenced by my prior transaction of making money from £8 to £12. So when they hit £6, I was like, damn, this is a bargain. So I got in. I think in the long-term view, as long as EasyJet survive, which I'm not sure they will, air travel is integral to the world. So many economies and livelihoods depend on travel and tourism. So I feel eventually, as long as EasyJet survive, I should be back in the money. And I feel like low-cost flights and traveling to Europe and etc. is only going to become more popular, because I feel like more people my generation are going for weekends away. And I'd say it's the elder generation like my nan who aren't really flying. So in the long term, I would hope that flying increases. And previously when I looked into EasyJet, they had a healthy balance sheet. Their ratios were good, but as I was saying, it doesn't matter as much now.
Now, another company that I've got into is Virgin Galactic, because, I mean, Virgin Galactic, they turn over no profit, no revenue at the moment, really. So they're very much a speculative stock.
Now, the aim of Virgin Galactic is to capitalize on the future of space tourism. So you can pay $250,000 and they take you up into space. You can view the world from space. Richard Branson is meant to be going there at the end of this year, though probably now he's not going to do that because of the coronavirus pandemic. And he's recently selling half of his shares in the company to keep Virgin Atlantic afloat, which kind of bodes well for the future of travel, because he believes there's money to be made in the future. Hence, he's willing to sell some of his Virgin Galactic shares. But I mean, these guys are honestly looking to conquer supersonic travel across continents and really speed up the time you can go from Australia to the UK or to America. You know, I make sure that the stocks I go into, analysts believe they have potential. So Virgin Galactic is a really, really long-term prospect.
So yeah, I feel like with them, they're just one that I'm willing to risk it for a biscuit, as they say. I believe in them, I believe. Now, as well as them three, they're my main three positions, really. I've also got fairly big holdings in transactions that I've made recently, Lloyd's and Wetherspoons. And pretty much, on average, most of these things right now, I'm breaking even. I've got a few other shares that I bought to do with copper, oil, stuff like that, because just figured it bottomed out, pent up demand, would be worth getting into. Because my portfolio now has been able, through trading 2 on 2, to become so diverse at no cost. There's so many shares that I could talk about, but obviously money and holdings represents your confidence. So I wanted to talk about these ones. Confidence in EasyJet. No, I'm not confident at all. Stelios, mate. Now, in and amongst this last kind of month of trading, sometimes I've been up hundreds and other times I've been down hundreds. I've had chances to sell and I could have bought them back at lower, but it happened so quickly. I don't know, man, it's a torturous game. It really is. So obviously, all the things I've talked to you about are in my portfolio currently. There's no done deals or no done transactions. So technically, I'm not losing or making anything. But on paper, the transactions that have been done, sealed, signed off, I'm up 100 and something pounds from trading Virgin Galactic, Murphy's Oil, and Beyond Meat and Hostel World. Some of them I still have. Yeah, so that is an update on my portfolio. I mean, if you got any tips, anything that you reckon is worth looking into, leave it in the comments down below. I love checking it out. After my exams, I will be continuing the series because I feel like it's such an interesting time to follow the markets. I mean, it's the first major crash that I've traded through. If you could spot when the market bottomed out, which is kind of pure luck, it is honestly a fortune to be made. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video, my investing. I'm sure everyone's gonna absolutely roast me. The thing is, right, I'm okay with being roasted. If you're smarter than me, most people probably are in regards to this. But don't come at me never having traded stocks and shares and seeing something or blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like, have some credibility before you make some big mistakes, because my credibility is that I've got a degree coming, hopefully, and that if I was to sell my whole portfolio, including my pre-coronavirus period portfolio and this one, and taking into account every past transaction I've made, I don't know what percent I'd be, but I'm up big time, okay? I'm up big time. That's my credibility. So yeah, I hope you guys found this useful. If you did enjoy, do leave a like, subscribe. If you're on the series back, just absolutely smash the like button. I mean, let me know how old you are. I'm 21 for those probably asking. I'm not claiming to be anything special. I have a bit of knowledge. I enjoy it. I've done research. But equally, I haven't really had as much time to research as I would like, as I was saying, because I've had exams. And when you have exams, you can't research as much because I need to spend my time focusing on revising. But guys, also, if you want to support the channel and you like the content I'm bringing you, if you ever want to support me or the channel, please go cop one of these. Student Vlogs phone wallets. They go a bit like this. Store credit cards and money and student IDs. Just subscribe, guys. Just subscribe, yeah?
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave.